Hey everybody, it's your girl Cece. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm actually going to be reviewing this palette right here. Tomoson sent me these. This is the second of the Miskos Cosmetics palettes that they wanted me to review. So I already did the first one, which is a glitter palette. So I will link that video below in case you guys have not seen it. But this is the second palette that they sent me. This is the Miskos Cosmetics Charming Moist Eyeshadow Palette. Like, first of all, can we just address how super cute this packaging is? So it has a nice size mirror here. Now the inside is definitely giving me Juvia's Place vibes. Like, I'm pretty sure Juvia's Place has a palette that looks exactly like this. But I was drawn to this when they wanted me to review it because it looks like the Juvia's Place palette, which I haven't tried, so I can't really compare, this one to the Juvia's Place other than how it looks. But I was definitely drawn to all of these bold shades as well as some neutrals over here. So it looks like it's going to be a best of both worlds kind of palette. And because it has some matte browns and some plums, you could definitely use a lot of these shades for like transition shades and then have like a more bolder shade on the lid, which is kind of what I did today. So I did go ahead and film this look. I will be doing that in a separate video. So for this video, I'm basically just going to be swatching the shades, letting you know what I think about them, and letting you know if I would recommend that you guys check out this palette or nah. So if you want to see my thoughts on this palette right here, then definitely keep watching. Okay, so I do like the look of this palette as per usual. Like, I like to describe to you the shades that I'm using, so I would have loved if they actually would have named the eyeshadows, because I mean, it's just like that one shade that looks like it could be this color, or like there's literally like 4 brown shades in here. So I'm like the one brown shade and then the other brown shade and then other brown shade. So it definitely would have been better if they actually would have named the shades. That's probably like my only complaint as far as the packaging of this palette. But everything else about the palette I really do like as far as packaging goes. So let's go ahead and swatch these shades and then I'll let you know what I think about them. So I'm going to swatch them row by row. So I'm going to start with this top row here. So the first shade is a matte brown. It looks like that. And then the shade next to it is a golden kind of shade, like a golden shimmer. And then the one next to that is a shimmery blue shade. And then there's a purple shade. So that is the first row swatched right there. So as you can see, it's super pigmented and it swatches really, really well. So now I'm going to swatch this second row here. All right. These 4 shades right here are the second row. There's a deeper chocolate brown. There's a really pretty kind of shell champagne color, which I used in my inner corner today. There is a silvery bluish kind of shade that I used on my lid, and then there's a really pretty sparkly green shade. Okay, so this is the third row. So this is another deeper brown shade. There is a coppery brown shimmer shade. There's a red matte shade, and then there is a blue matte shade. Now I will say I am impressed that the red and the blue actually swatches really well, because I've used other affordable palettes with bolder shades like this and they don't usually show up. So I'll be really curious to see how they show up on the actual eye, but so far so good as far as the swatches. For the last row, there's a deeper plum kind of shade. There's a deeper like fuchsia pinky kind of shade. There's a red shade, and then there's a deep blue. So these didn't really swatch all that great to me. I don't know if they're going to apply differently on the eye, but the swatches, they just looked kind of messy. and they didn't really look like they were super pigmented. So like I said, we'll see how they swatch on the actual eye. But those are the swatches. Okay, so it's just a couple things to point out about this palette, and then I will get into what I think about it. So as you can see, I've only used this palette twice, to do the look and to do the swatches. And do you see how dirty this palette has gotten already? So that's the first kind of thing. Then the other thing I would say about this palette is, if you are a type of person that does your eyes last, you're not going to like this palette, because the fallout, girl, is all the way real with this palette. Like, there is so much freaking fallout. When you put your brush in the pans, you definitely get fallout, but some of the colors, like the mattes, actually did really good. But for some reason, these two shimmers that I used, definitely the silver one, I had to really like dig my brush in there, and you have to get like so much product out just to get enough to like cover your eye and make it actually show up. And as you'll see in the tutorial that I did, I even had to go back over my lid twice just to get a good color payoff. So I don't know, you guys. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. Like, I love what they tried to do with this palette, as far as like so many colorful shades as well as neutral shades. And I'm not going to say that it's a bad palette, because the colors do show up. You just have to work with them a little bit. But then like the matte shades, like this row right here, were super pigmented, to where I would put them on and it was like I almost had to like try to go back and take some of the color away and really blend, because it was super pigmented. So I guess it just kind of depends on which colors you use and the type of look that you're going for. But all in all, I really did like this palette. If fallout is not a turn off for you, then I would definitely say that you would like this palette, because the colors overall are pretty pigmented. You get a good variety of colors. You can do a lot of looks with this, and because it does have some matte browns in there and some plums, you can definitely do a full look with this palette. So overall, I would definitely say that this is worth the coins for sure. I will link below in my description box where you can get this palette on Amazon, and the pricing and all that, if you're interested in checking it out. But yeah, you guys, that is it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching, and definitely give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys very soon in the next video.